Hello audience, welcome to my channel. Today we are here with a concept called Assembly Language Program Development Tools. Generally, this concept is related to microprocessors and microcontrollers subject, and sometimes it is also mostly seen in computer language also. Generally, this concept we'll see in textbooks with a lot of confusion flowchart and many things. Such an explanation is tough to understand. But today I found a very easy way to remember this concept in just 6 simple steps. It is very easy to remember. Now, you people may have a doubt that what does this program development tools mean? The program development tools are used by the software developers to create, maintain, or otherwise support other programs and applications. Those are simply called as program development tools. Then you might now understand clearly that what does this assembly language program development tools mean? Such program development tools which are used to create, maintain or simply support the assembly language instructions are called as assembly language program development tools. As I told before, there are 6 steps for the assembly language program development tools. They are editor, assembler, linker, locator, debugger and emulator. We'll easily explain each and every step. The first programming development tool we want to discuss is editor. What is the definition of an editor? An editor is a program which allows you to create a file containing assembly language statements for your program. As the topic we are discussing is assembly language program development tools. So obviously the statements or instructions from the assembly language are taken in the file and such a file are created. So the tool which is used to create a file containing assembly language statements for our program is called as an editor. Examples of an editor are PCWrite, WordStar softwares, etc. Now, what is the purpose of an editor? When we type in our program, the editor stores the ASCII codes for the letters and numbers which are in our program in the RAM locations. Now, the second program development tool which we want to talk about is assembler. Generally, the instructions of a microprocessor are written in English short forms like MOV for move, INT for interrupt, etc. So such instructions which are written in assembly language are called as, that means in short English forms, are called as assembly language instructions, right? These instructions are translated from assembly language to machine language. I repeat it. These instructions which are written in English short form are translated from assembly language to machine language using a software is called as assembler. So the software which is used for this translation purpose is called as an assembler. Generally, assembler generates 2 files. They are object file and assembler list file, and its extension is nothing but .obj for object file and .lst for assembler list file. The third program development tool which we want to discuss is linker. A linker is a program which is used to join several object files. We have discussed in the previous one assembler that it produces 2 kinds of file and one kind of file of it is an object file. So these small object files are joined into one large object file by a program called as linker. It produces a link file which has binary codes, means it is in the form of binary code for all the combined modules. So it also produces a link map file which contains the addresses information about the linked files. So the linked files which contain binary codes for the combined modules and the address of these linked files are there in link map file. Finally, linker is used, as the name itself, linker is used for the purpose of linking the object files, and it has an extension of .exe. The fourth assembly language program development tool is nothing but locator. The name itself shows that it locates something. So, a locator is a program which is used to assign specific address of where the segments of the object code are loaded into the memory. The contents in the object code are loaded into the memory and it should have a specific address. This address is pointed out by a program called as locator. A locator program called exe2bin, that means execute2bin, comes with the disk operating system file, nothing but DOS file. Now this exe2bin, what is the purpose of this? It converts .exe file which is seen in the linker before is converted to the .bin file which possesses a physical address. The next assembly language development tool is nothing but debugger. Debugger is one of the most important program development tool. It is a program which allows you to load your object code program into the system memory. Debugger is nothing but a program which allows you to load your object code program into the system memory, where this loaded program is executed and troubleshooted or debug it. Debug is nothing but finding out the error. So you can check or alter the contents in the program. It allows you to set a breakpoint. What is the purpose of this breakpoint? It enables us to debug the program up to the required instruction. Breakpoint is nothing but we can set a point or we can set an instruction up to which we want to execute it or up to which we should find an error. So up to that instruction, until that instruction, it enables us to debug the program and then stops execution. So this debugger is important in programming development tool as it has an extra option of breakpoint. Last but not the least, the last assembly language program development tool is emulator. Emulator, it is a mixture of hardware and software, which means emulator has a physical entity and along with it, it also has a software in it. So it is used to test and debug the hardware and software of an external system. Part of the hardware of an emulator. So the physical entity of an emulator has a part which is called a multi-wire cable. What is the purpose of this multi-wire cable? It connects the host system to the system which is being developed. So emulator is nothing but a hardware and software combo which is used to test and debug the program. Till now we have discussed all the 6 programming development tools of assembly language. Let us take a snapshot of first 4 programming development tools. We have seen the first 4 and the remaining 2. Hence, hereby I conclude that I have explained all the 6 programming development tools of assembly language, hopefully in a simple way. See you in my next video. Thank you.